Number one Ibble Dibble here. Hello, friends. So I caught the trailer for Harry's spare promotional interviews with 60 Minutes and ITV. I thought I would share my reactions with you. I want to hear what you think in the comments below. Let's go.
Next Sunday on 60 Minutes.
Why does he insist, and Meghan, they both do this, why do they insist on filming in one of the Chateau Marmont bungalows? Just invite Anderson Cooper into your home. He is high society. Okay, very first impression before they even say a word. Harry looks like he's about to cry.
One of the criticisms that you've received,
or possibly coked up. Maybe both. Oh my gosh.
one of the criticisms that you've received
He's also so defensive and rude already. Did you catch him sticking his tongue out?
One of the criticisms that you've received is that, well, okay, fine, you want to move to California, you want to step back from the institutional role, why be so public? You say you tried to do this privately.
And every single time I've tried to do it privately, there have been briefings and leakings and planting of stories against me and my wife.
What is he talking about? Does he honestly believe that the royal family wanted to keep him in London? So every time he tried to move, they planted the story in the press to somehow keep him there? Harry, wake up. Your wife didn't want to move to New Zealand and live in nature. She didn't want to live in Africa near poverty and the obligation to do charity work. She wanted to live in Hollywood, where her hairdresser, cosmetic dermatologist, and PR people are, and get her dream of being a star. If anyone was planting stories in the press to make you fearful of moving to the places you wanted to move, it was your wife. I think he knows this, or suspects it, or at least suspects he may be wrong about his brother and father being the perpetrators because of the way he covers his mouth with his hand. Or, I don't know, am I reading too much into the gesture? Does he have a cold?
Time I've tried to do it privately, there have been,
Or is it a snow day at school?
the family motto is never complain, never explain, but it's just a motto. And it doesn't really hold.
There's a lot of complaining and a lot of explaining.
This, this is why people hate New Yorkers. We read people for filth without even trying, because this is how we treat each other. Anderson Cooper didn't even know he was coming in so hot. Oh my gosh, let's replay this and look at Harry's face.
There's a lot of complaining and a lot of explaining.
Endless.
Private being done through leaks.
Through leaks. They will feed
Through leaks.
through leaks. They will feed. So is never complain, never explain, but it's just a motto. And it doesn't really hold.
There's a lot of complaining and a lot of explaining.
Endless.
Being done through leaks.
Through leaks. They will feed.
Anderson's face as he's realizing this man is mentally ill. Oh my god. And Anderson obviously is no stranger to this sort of thing. You know, his mother, Gloria Vanderbilt, poor little rich girl, family fighting over her. Let me know if you want me to make a video on that.
Feed or have a conversation with the correspondent. And that correspondent will literally be spoon-fed information and write the story. And then at the bottom of it, they will say that they've reached out to Buckingham Palace for comment. But the whole story is Buckingham Palace commenting. So when we're being told for the last 6 years, we can't put a statement out to protect you, but you do it for other members of the family, there becomes a point when silence is betrayal.
Okay, I'm annoyed that he doesn't give examples. Who, what, when, where, why. H&M never seem willing to tell us that. Also, I'm so happy that dumb flex with the royal never complain, never explain motto failed spectacularly with Anderson, because I have a feeling that's something Meghan wrote for him and he memorized. Both of them thinking it would be incredibly impressive. I hope that as Harry is humiliated by Meghan's words time and again, he'll learn to start using his voice, which we haven't heard in a long time. Okay, on to ITV, which gave us just tiny little 20-second tidbits.
It never needed to be this way. The leaking and the planting, I want a family, not an institution. They feel as though it's better to keep us somehow as the villains. They've shown absolutely no willingness to reconcile.
People always say that when they give unreasonable ultimatums, it never needed to be this way. Well, people don't need to comply with your unreasonable ultimatums. Also, that's not why they're showing no willingness to reconcile. It's because every single word they say to you gets twisted into something terrible and spewed to the press. Also, Harry, come on, accept where you stand. There's a hierarchy within the family. Will they do it for William? Probably. Will they do it for Freddie Windsor? Probably not. Have you noticed that Harry has turned into Thomas Markle Sr.? He gave everything he had to Meghan and it just bit him in the butt, and now he's left begging in the press? Pro tip: stop talking about the royal family in public. Accept that you will not hear from them for 2 or 3 years, but for standard holiday greetings. Let your only publicity concern your charitable work, not yourselves. After 2 or 3 years, write a letter, whether you mean it or not, saying you have missed them so, deeply mourned the loss of your paternal and fraternal relationships, promise never to mention them again, are very much willing to make amends, etc., etc. That's the only way you have even the slightest chance of getting back in their good graces. And that may not even work if Megalomaniac is still around. That's my best advice. Okay, what did you all think of the trailers? Let me know in the comments. Toodles! Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.